Greetings, good people. Happy Friday. It's October 27th, the year's 2023, and it's Hot Topics time. We got Blac Chyna. We got Will and Jada. We got Tyga. Also, there's been an update with Tory Lanes. You guys know that he has been requesting bond while he awaits his appeal process. There's been an update with that. Got some other hot topics sprinkled in between. All right. So you're here. Please pay your admission fee. Hit the like button. Thank you very much. And make sure you drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. Now, before we get into Will and Jada, Blac Chyna, Tyga, and all that good stuff, I wanted to bring this up. Now, I don't know how old some of you are, okay, but I'm old enough to remember the scandal that surrounded Millie Vanilli, okay? So on Paramount Plus, there is a documentary about Millie Vanilli, all right? It premiered October the 25th. So it is good. I started watching some of it and it's just crazy. It's a trip down memory lane. It is a Friday. So if you're looking for something to watch over the weekend, all right, and you're familiar with the whole scandal, the lip sync scandal with Millie Vanilli, they were really scammed. And you know what's crazy? They suffered a lot of embarrassment, and no one else in the record industry that was in on this scam got in any sort of trouble. Like, no one criticized them heavily. Clive Davis was all up in the mix in that too. But yeah, like I said, it's Friday. You want to watch something over the weekend, get into that documentary. It is really, really good. So I'm going to finish watching it. What I've been watching so far has been very, very interesting and a good trip down memory lane. All right, up next, TMZ Hip Hop is reporting Gunplay got locked up, y'all. You know who this is? He is one of the cast members on Love and Hip Hop Miami, married to Vanshay. They're going through a divorce. They have a daughter together. You guys know Vanshay has been all over social media airing out Amara and just causing a whole bunch of drama all over the interwebs, okay? Well, they're reporting, TMZ is reporting that he is behind bars after allegedly violating a restraining order his estranged wife, Vanshay Taylor Morales, got against him because he clearly doesn't know how GPS ankle monitors work. Now, the Miami-Dade County Jail officials, they tell TMZ Hip Hop that Gunplay was booked Wednesday at 7:10 p.m. for violating a restraining order put in place by his ex, okay, to protect his ex and their daughter as well. All right, there was an altercation, I think back in August, where weapons were drawn, glass was shattered. It's a mess. Now, what's interesting is the body cam footage is on YouTube. So if you type in gunplay, body cam footage, arrest, something like that, it should pop up. Okay. I did watch it, and you can hear Vanshay talking to the officers. You can hear Gunplay talking to the officers as well, telling them what happened. So ever since then, he got locked up, and ever since then, there was a restraining order in place. Now he has been put on an ankle monitor as well, and he's supposed to stay 500 feet away, or yard, is it feet, whatever. He's supposed to stay away from her, okay? He's ordered to stay 500 feet, excuse me, away from Vanshay and their daughter. Otherwise he'll be locked up. So according to TMZ Hip Hop, they're told that this is his 8th violation. So I don't know, they got notice that his ankle monitor was beeping and a beeping, and he was close to Vanshay's residence, and officers pulled up before he could even interact with Vanshay. Now, why was he there? We don't know. There's a whole lot going on with Vanshay and Gunplay, and it's getting nastier and nastier. He has lost custody of his daughter. He was supposed to attend some court hearings to fight for custody, joint custody, or to be able to see his daughter virtually. He didn't show up. So now he can't even see his daughter virtually. It's just a mess. And I will say this, I repeat, I do not want to see Vanshay on Love and Hip Hop Miami next season. All right, speaking of jail, let's get into this Tory Lane situation, right? Now, I saw this earlier. This is on the Neighborhood Talk on Instagram. His lawyers, this new set of lawyers that he has. His previous lawyer annoyed me. The lawyer prior to that annoyed me. And now he has these not-for-profit organization that he's kind of like sits on the board of trustees for, helping him out. This is weird. And they're saying that the full story didn't come out and people want to hear it. Why are you on social media talking? I do not want any legal representation for me if I'm in serious trouble. This is before he even got sentenced. His lawyers were on social media, on Instagram. No, no, no. No, that's not what I want. I want you to maintain your exclusivity and your maturity. Stay off social media talking about my case. I just hope that when Tory Lanez gets out of jail, I hope that he stays far away from a lot of the people who have just added fuel to this fire. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but recently there was a rumor circulating that Tory Lanez was granted bail and he was let out of jail. Then someone from this organization, this legal representation team of his, had to go on Instagram Live and say that they were given misinformation from the courts. How are you a lawyer, quote unquote, and you don't know an authentic message or documentation from the courts, and you're supposed to be his lawyer? Anyway, let's listen to what these people have to say. Like to hear it? Here you go.
Lead counsel for the appeal. Is there anything that you personally that you can speak about that was done during the trial that is making this an uphill battle for you?
I think just the fact of there is a lot of shroud and mystery around this. The full story didn't come out. I think a lot of people want to hear it.
What?
If I was able to say it, I would share with the world, but it's not ethically. I cannot say it, and it's not my story to share.
What?
And so that's one thing and I think really our justice system overall has kind of moved from innocent until you're proven guilty to guilty and you have to prove you're innocent. And so I really find that, like, with not just Tory Lanez's case, but a lot of our cases, we're in an uphill battle because, people's minds are already made up, and then we have to go in and change their mind. And so that's kind of the struggle.
Especially like Tory, with no prior bad record per se.
What?
They could bring up one prior bad act, getting into a scuffle a few years ago.
Yes, that means he has a prior record, doofus. Oh my God. This is his legal representation, y'all. My God.
That's nothing more than a prior bad act. It's not
a criminal act.
Not technically, even an arrest is not a criminal act until you're proven guilty.
Now that you are lead counsel,
this is his legal representation. Let me tell you something. From the very beginning of this, I was irritated with all of the misinformation, people harassing court reporters. It's just stupid. And I really hope that Tory Lanez realizes that he has not had any good people around him. He shouldn't have been over at that person's mansion, okay? Because it ain't nothing but trouble with them people over there. And this is embarrassing, okay? This has turned into a circus. I think Tory screwed up when he was no longer dealing with Sean Holly. Is that her name, Sean Holly? His first lawyer. Nope. And then after all the lawyers that came after that, it's been nothing but a blank show, a circus, a 3-ring circus. So I don't know. Honestly, I'm tired of hearing this. If he didn't want to get on the stand and testify on his own behalf, I get it. Maybe, his legal counsel advised him not to, but he should have never came from under the umbrella, no pun intended, of Sean Holly. Okay. I think that she had his best interests, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because I can't. And people are still acting stupid. So there was an update. Let me see if I can pull it up. There was actually an update. Court reporter Blac Chyna has been reporting on this case. The poor woman been getting harassed. Child, it's a mess. So she posted, let me see if I can pull this up, y'all. While I'm pulling this information up, it would be a great time for you to hit the like button. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. I think I retweeted it. Here it is. All right. So here we go. This is Blac Chyna's Twitter page. Just in, the California Court of Appeal is not letting Tory Lanez out of prison for Megan Thee Stallion. His motion for bail pending appeal has been rejected. Applicant has not shown that the Superior Court unjustifiably denied relief. Okay. So she's on this case. She was in court during the trial, and she has been reporting on this since the beginning. All right. The order says that Lanez currently stands convicted of a violent felony which is a factor a court shall consider in determining whether the defendant poses a danger to the community. Also, not to mention, Tory Lanes is not a U.S. citizen. He was born in Canada, so he's a Canadian citizen. So they are also not considering this because they're afraid that he may flee the country, right? So yeah, I know that people have been reporting otherwise, but there's the facts. It's right there. I really feel sorry. This situation, it's not even I feel sorry for anybody. I feel sorry for both Megan and Tory, but it's really unfortunate because I really wish that Tory Lanez would have used his brain and stayed off social media completely and be mindful of who he had around him in his corner. He could have just been totally hard-headed and not listened to anyone. But who knows? This it's just unfortunate. It's absolutely unfortunate. All right, shifting gears. So People magazine is reporting that Jada Pinkett'S book did pretty well. Okay. Will Smith, he celebrates Jada Pinkett Smith becoming a bestseller. And he says, congrats, mama. All right. Will Smith, he's proud of wife Jada Pinkett Smith's latest accomplishment. The Girls Trip actress' new book, Worthy, made it onto the New York Times bestsellers list at the time of this article. Well, it debuted at number 4. Okay. So it has moved up according to Miss Jada Pinkett. All right, let's listen to what Mrs. Smith, because she's claiming her husband now, had to say. Like to hear it? Here you go.
To take some time and just say thank you to my RTT family, to the worthy warriors out there, and just to all of you that are willing to read and hear my story beyond the headlines. I found out yesterday that we made it to number 3 on the New York Times bestsellers list.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you what's even more dope is that it's 4 women at the top of the bestsellers list right now. There's Rachel, Cassidy, myself, and the Miss Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
And I was sitting here thinking that there was a time where women actually had to take on the names of men in order to be published. And here we have 4 women at the top of the bestsellers list. So congrats to all of you. And thank you once again to everyone that has supported Worthy. I'm deeply grateful.
I would say you're welcome, but I didn't buy your book, Mrs. Smith. No shade. And Will Smith is in the comments. He posted New York Times bestselling author Jada Pinkett Smith. Congrats, mama. Big looks. So she had an event and she did an interview. So here it is. These are all the dates that she has. She's touring. She's on her book tour. And there is a video. I saw Yandy was in the video too. Is it this one? Yeah. Here it is. So Yandy was present. I forgot who it was that was interviewing her. So this was really, really, really nice. So it was like a black table talk. She said, Kim Blackwell. I'm not sure who that is. That name sounds so familiar. So there you see some familiar faces showing up for Jada. That's what's up. So here it is. Now it is number 3 on the New York Times bestseller. Now I remember when the book was coming out, there were reports that the book wasn't doing so well. So I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying she bought a number 4 or number 3, but there were reports that the book started out at like 89 in the 90s. So her saying it's debuted at number 4, now it's at number 3. Listen, you're on the New York Times bestsellers list. Congratulations to you, Miss Jada Pinkett Smith. All right, so she's on her book tour, and she's doing her thing. Did you guys buy the book by any chance? No? Anybody? Somebody? All right, let's get into this Blac Chyna situation. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Blac Chyna, you know what just popped up in my head? Spice little song. I forgot the name of the song where she's talking about Blac Chyna and Kanye West's in-laws. I don't mention those people's names at all. Anyway, Blac Chyna is in the fight of her life, okay? She is fighting for custody of her children. She has a child with Tyga, and her and Tyga were engaged. Blac Chyna is saying that when they broke up, Tyga kicked her up out of the house, and he had people packing up her stuff. And he began to date somebody else, Kanye West's former sister-in-law, who she says was 15 or 16 at the time. Now, I want to know, why isn't anyone as outraged as they should be that this grown man was allegedly, okay, dating a 15, 16-year-old girl, okay? We already know that mama over there, she ain't worth a damn. And yeah, I said it, because she will sell her children, pimp her kids out, and sell them up the river for a coin. So let's get into what Blac Chyna had to say. And I'm not sure what podcast this is. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. Listen up.
Why did that relationship end, and why did you decide to move on?
I feel like it ran its course, and then he started talking to Kylie at the time, which is like, I think she was like 16 or something.
Oh,
Yeah, and we was like engaged and stuff. So that's kind of like what ended it.
How did you find out about that?
I feel like the same way everybody else did, the internet. The internet could be brutal.
Brutal. Yeah.
You found out through the internet that he was talking to Kylie?
Yeah.
Damn.
And how did you know to kind of like take it seriously? Because I feel like so often we see these things where people come forward with these, you know, kind of crazy allegations. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. So was there kind of like a gut feeling that you had, or a reason that you really...
No, it was actually when Tyga'S friends had threw me outside of his house. Yeah. They
What?
packed my stuff up and put it in his truck at the time. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. And, you know, I never used to talk about these things, but I'm like, you know what? I think I'm kind of done with all that. And I feel like people need to hear like my side. You
Like
know,
what
it's
you've been through.
Yeah, it's been years. I didn't come out and be the bitter baby mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ah!
Well, I mean, that must be...
I feel like time has passed. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
whatever.
And that can be
What?
scary too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
at the time when you met Tyga, he's this star.
Mm-hmm.
He's, you know, very successful, has a ton of fans.
Yeah.
You're on the come up, so people don't know you as well. And like, it's just super scary and intimidating to not only... It's almost like you have to not only face them, their friends, you also have to face their audience. And it must feel like you're never given the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like just that whole situation alone was kind of crazy for me. And I never really talked about this until today. Me and Kim, we were really good friends. You know, like I was on her show and all this stuff like that.
She
We
ain't
lived in
afraid
the
to
same
nobody.
community. And then her little sister started, you know, talking to Tyga,
Tramp.
which was kind of crazy because she was like underage.
Oh.
And
Now, you see what Blac Chyna is doing. When I saw this, I was clapping. I said, "Air it all out, Chyna. Air it out. You right. Tell it." Because for whatever reason, some people, not all, some people seem to think that this is cute, and that those people over there, Kanye West's former in-laws, can get away with whatever. Ain't nothing good coming out of associating with them people. Nothing.
everybody had kind of came at me and started attacking me. And it's like, nobody's seeing like the betrayal that was like going on behind my back of me talking to somebody, Kim, and then her little sister, which she has no control over, you know what I mean, started talking to my fiance, and then I get attacked. And it's like, how does that work? But yeah, that was kind of crazy. Yeah. So and then what makes it even more wilder is like even the whole thing with me and Rob, like after that, because Rob would like hit me up on the DM, and I'm like, okay, what do y'all want now?
Right.
Like, what do y'all like?
So
like, what is
it
it?
felt almost like...
It was like, what are y'all trying to do to me
Yeah.
now? Like, dude, why is your brother in my DM? And then I started talking to him, and I'm like, okay, like this guy is like actually really cool. And like the type of person I am, if anybody meet me, like I always want to help and like give like a lending hand, especially if I know like you got something. I'm like, you know what, you get up and do your thing. You know what I mean? Like you could pop out or do whatever it is that you want to do, and I'll help you. And that's how that happened. And then we just fell in love, and then we had dreams.
Damn.
Now, Miss Chyna, we taking up for you, but listen, we remember how you used to cut up and carry on and be enraged on that reality show that you had with that baby father of yours. The one you had with Dream, Kanye West's former brother-in-law.
So I'm
That's a gift.
So I'm here for all of this. Air it all the way out, Chyna. Okay. Now the thing is that Tyga does not want to compromise whatsoever. He basically calls Chyna like a part-time mom. He's not interested in changing the arrangements that they have, the custody agreement that they have. I think Chyna also wants child support as well. So she's prepared to to fight this thing, and she has done an amazing job of turning her life around, cleaning herself up, all right, getting herself mind, body, and soul together. And I do like the fact that she's picking and choosing where she's doing interviews. She was on Tamron Hall's show. She seems a lot more level-headed and calm. Now, we don't know if this is an act. I hope that it's not, but I want people to be outraged at the fact that, I don't care how long ago it was, right? People get thrown in jail decades after they've, dealt with people who are not of age, right? So the same thing should go for him. And I don't see a lot of people outraged about that enough. And I don't care if people think that Chyna is a bitter baby mother or whatever. It doesn't take away from the fact that allegedly he was staying with and dealing with somebody who was not of age, point blank, and the period. So good for you, Chyna. Continue to do your interviews. Like I said, she seems a lot more level-headed, and she seems like she is taking very good care of herself. And if you want to listen, you have every right to be angry, okay? Just don't stay angry and it turn into bitterness. So that's all I will say as far as Chyna goes. But did you guys get a chance to watch that interview in its entirety? I said that I was going to find it and watch the entire interview because I'm not familiar with these group of interviewers or these podcasters. But this clip, from what I seen, my eyes were wide open, honey. Yeah, call Tyga to the carpet. Hold him accountable. And hold that mama over there, Kanye West's ex-mother-in-law. Hold her accountable. She's a pimp. And she's gross. And I'm not here for it. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If so, please drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. Anything that we discussed today. How do you feel about Tory Lanes? What about Gunplay? Talk about Chyna. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett-Smith. Did you buy Jada's book? What do you think about her making the New York Times bestsellers list? Are you surprised? Are you going to watch Millie Vanilli's documentary on Paramount Plus? I think you should, if you even remember the story of Millie Vanilli. So far, so good, guys. All right, y'all, that's all I got. Be sure to check out the other videos on the channel if you're new here. If you're returning and you're not caught up, make sure you catch up on the recent videos that I have uploaded. Okay? I love you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.